On December 30th, 2024, in Royal Oak, Michigan, a hunter accidentally discovered human remains on a trail camera. After investigation, it was confirmed that the remains belonged to Kevin Graves, an outdoor internet personality who had disappeared 6 years earlier. A black backpack and a cell phone were also found at the scene. After unlocking the phone's contents, investigators concluded that Kevin may have been attacked by an unknown creature during his lifetime. Kevin Graves was born on January 24, 1990 in Southfield, Michigan. In high school, he was a wrestler and a sports enthusiast, which helped him develop strong physical fitness. After graduation, he worked for a decoration company and spent his free time riding an all-terrain vehicle across Michigan's scenic spots, enjoying adventure and hunting. He had been in a 2-year relationship with Sarah Rohr. On June 29, 2018, 28-year-old Kevin and Sarah planned a trip to explore forests and attend a music festival. The festival, with music and prom-themed events, was held at a private campground in Stig National Park, open to the public only during the festival from July 1st to 4th. Young people came from all around, dressed in festive clothing, to enjoy the summer carnival. Kevin joined another couple, John and Mariana. The four planned to spend a few days at Oak Campground before heading to the Electric Light Forest Campground, just 10 miles from the festival. During the trip, Kevin and his girlfriend documented their adventures, taking photos and posting them on social media, including his Facebook account. Kevin had 10,000 followers. On June 29th, he sent a text message to his sister that read, "Dear sister, thank you for guiding me through my difficulties. I will miss you often." Although Kevin had 2 sisters, his relationship with his eldest sister, Kelly, was unusually close. On July 1st, around noon, Kevin and his girlfriend suddenly got into a heated argument. They had a serious fight while sitting in the car with the air conditioner on, and I could hear them arguing loudly. Around 5 p.m., I saw Kevin wandering around the campground. There were many families camping nearby, so I wasn't particularly worried about his safety. Kevin's friend John mentioned that most tourists in the area only come for day trips. As night fell, the campground gradually quieted down. By midnight, only the tent belonging to Sarah and her group remained with the lights on. Strangely, Kevin never returned to the campsite after dark, and his phone was disconnected by 9 p.m. The trio then planned to enter the surrounding forest in search of him. The campground was encircled by numerous marshes, both large and small. For those unfamiliar with the area, venturing into the forest at night is extremely dangerous. The trio called out Kevin's name as they searched, but received no response. According to archival records, just as they were about to give up and return, they noticed someone watching them from the grass along the path. When the flashlight beam fell on the figure, they realized it was a hunter. A few grouse hanging from his waist and blood smeared on his face. Startled by the sudden light, the hunter instinctively dodged. After a moment, he asked why they were there. John explained that his friend Kevin had gone missing. The hunter told them that Kevin's chances of survival were low and strongly advised them to call the police immediately. When the trio returned to camp at 1 a.m., their clothes were drenched in sweat. Sarah called Kevin again, and this time the call connected, but there was no response. Only rapid, panicked breathing. Fearing for her boyfriend's safety, Sarah contacted the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. Following the death of Sheriff David Bach, dozens of search and rescue personnel were dispatched, equipped with 6 GPS trackers, sniffer dogs, and a helicopter with night vision equipment. By tracking Kevin's phone, authorities confirmed it was still active in the early hours of July 2nd. On July 1st at 1:55 p.m., Kevin sent a reassuring text message to his sister Kelly, telling her that everything was going well. It seemed casual, almost routine, but it would later become one of the last known messages from him. Hours later, at 10:13 p.m., he sent another text, this time to his father. Unlike the earlier message, this one was cryptic and unsettling. It contained only 3 words that to this day remain ambiguous and unexplained. Investigators and family members alike have struggled to interpret its meaning, wondering if it was a final attempt to communicate distress, a mistyped message, or a coded warning. By July 3rd, Kevin's phone had gone completely silent. It signaled disappearing without a trace. Despite the use of advanced tracking methods, authorities were unable to locate it again. During the extensive search and rescue operation, photos captured of the area revealed just how challenging the environment. The forest surrounding Oak Campground was dense and unforgiving, with thick underbrush, tangled trails, and swampy terrain that could easily disorient even experienced hikers. The police mobilized an enormous effort, deploying hundreds of rescuers, to scour the region. Their search extended over 2 rivers, 5 lakes, 4 separate riverbeds, a dam, 3 swamps, and hundreds of acres of rugged land. Helicopters equipped with thermal imaging flew overhead, while K-9 units combed the ground below. Despite the scale and intensity of the search, not a single trace of Kevin was found. No footprints, no discarded items, nothing to indicate where he might have gone. For 6 long years, the case remained unsolved, leaving Kevin's family trapped in uncertainty. Rumors, theories, and speculation filled the void, but no solid evidence surfaced. That silence finally broke on December 30th, 2024, when a hunter named Austin made a grim discovery deep in the forest. According to official records, Austin had been collecting trail cameras he had set up throughout the woods. As he reached the final camera, he noticed something on the ground nearby, a black backpack, lying half buried beneath leaves and debris. Scattered close to it were several bones. At first glance, Austin assumed they belonged to an animal, but one in particular caught his attention, a large femur, its size and structure unmistakably humans. Alarmed, Austin contacted authorities, and forensic testing quickly confirmed what everyone had feared. The bones matched the DNA of Kevin Graves, the young man who had vanished 6 years earlier. Alongside the skeletal remains, investigators recovered a battered shirt, a pair of worn Nike shoes, and the black backpack. Time and weather had taken their toll on the items, but they were identifiable. The discovery brought a heartbreaking conclusion to the search, but also raised new questions. How had Kevin ended up in that isolated spot? Why had no trace of him been found during the massive original search? And what really happened to him in the final hours of his life? Kevin's cell phone was also recovered at the scene. After investigation, authorities ruled out foul play, but the exact cause of his death remains undetermined. Although the phone was heavily corroded, the police were able to extract some unexpected clues. Aside from a few text messages sent before his disappearance, Kevin had also attempted to make distress. Call logs show that between 10 p.m. on July 1st and around 1 a.m. the following day, he made a total of 5 emergency calls. For unknown reasons, each call was cut off after only a few seconds. In addition, the phone's memory card contained some unusual files. Among them was a short audio clip just over 10 seconds. Kevin's labored breathing could be heard in the recording.
Are you seeing this?
Suggesting he was in immediate danger. Strange howls are audible in the background, and it sounds as if Kevin was running, desperately trying to escape something. The second piece of evidence in Kevin's disappearance was a video showing him walking along a narrow forest path. In the footage, Kevin suddenly notices a towering figure moving past him at a short distance. Unlike someone simply standing still, the figure appears to be walking across the tree line, its form partially obscured by the brush. Though the clip is brief and blurry, it reveals a silhouette with a brownish hue, standing at an estimated 8 feet. Its sheer size and presence make the moment deeply unsettling, casting an ominous weight over the... According to forensic records, this video was captured on June 20, 2 days before Kevin's disappearance, while the audio file later recovered from his phone dates to the night of July 1st, providing a chilling glimpse into his final hours. The audio suggests panic and distress, adding a layer of urgency and fear that complements the visual evidence. Another critical clue, from the night Kevin vanished, comes from Hunter Justin's trail, which had been installed in the area to monitor wildlife and activity near the campground. At the request of police, Justin reviewed the footage to determine if there were any unusual human activities that might explain Kevin's disappearance. Most of the recorded footage showed only small squirrels, raccoons, and birds, with no indication of human presence. However, one camera captured something highly unusual, a naked man appearing in the frame, holding a stick in his right hand. The figure's sudden and strange appearance raised immediate questions, as it was unclear whether he was a transient, a lost camper, or someone with more sinister intentions. Investigators were unable to identify the man, and no further information about him has emerged to this day. While some speculate that he may have been a homeless person simply passing through, the possibility that he could have had some connection to Kevin's disappearance cannot be entirely, leaving this clue shrouded in mystery and open to interpretation. To conversations with Kevin's girlfriend, Sarah, the police learned that the couple had argued that day over their plans. Kevin wanted to rush to the electric light forest for a bonfire that night, while Sarah planned to stay at Oak Campground. This disagreement may have prompted Kevin to leave without saying. One theory suggests that he may have gotten lost on the way to the electric light forest and accidentally died. Oak Knoll Campground is part of Manistee National Forest. While not extremely remote, the area contains intricate trails and swamps, making it easy to become disoriented at night despite the presence of road signs. There were no signs of large predators in the forest, and Kevin's personal belongings were left untouched, adding to the mystery of his death. One theory, based on Sarah's account, proposes that Kevin may have been accidentally killed by a hunter on the night he disappeared. The three people searching for him encountered a hunter with blood on his face, who appeared. Perhaps he accidentally caused Kevin's death and then moved the body to a hidden location. Questions: why would a hunter appear on the trail? And if he had killed Kevin, why did he tell the trio to call the police? His behavior remained suspicious and unexplained. The hunter seemed intent on persuading them to leave quickly, and he also seemed to know more effective ways of disposing of him. However, analysis of Kevin's remains suggested that his body had not been buried or transported elsewhere. Police investigated the hunter and conducted a lie detector test, which indicated he was not, and showed no evidence of acting against or having any motive to kill him. Another theory suggests that Kevin may have wandered into a quagmire or swamp, becoming trapped, and that his body could have been dragged into the bushes by floating debris or animals. However, this theory has inconsistencies. Kevin's equipment and belongings were largely intact, and there were no large predators in the area. A third theory proposes that Kevin died from a drug overdose. The Electric Light Music Festival, which began in 2011 and lasts 4 days, draws hundreds of thousands of visitors. In addition to music and dance, drug use is reportedly common at the festival, and some speculate that Kevin may have participated. Some even conjecture that he was involved with a cult and killed by its members. These theories remain unconfirmed and speculative. The final and most unsettling theory is that Kevin may have crossed paths with something not entirely human, perhaps, or Michigan's most infamous, the Dogman. The evidence recovered from his phone, an eerie audio file filled with labored breathing, frantic footsteps, and unearthly howls, along with a shaky, grainy video, suggests Kevin was desperately fleeing from something powerful and unknown. Whatever was pursuing him seemed capable of inspiring the kind of raw fear that drove him to make 5 failed emergency calls before his phone. Michigan, surrounded by the vast Great Lakes, is a state steeped in wilderness and mystery. Its sprawling forests and marshlands form an ecosystem so diverse that countless legends have taken root there. Among them, none is as enduring or as terrifying as the. For over 130 years, stories of this creature have been whispered around campfires and passed through generations. Descriptions are chillingly consistent. A towering figure, nearly 7 feet, with a torso of a man but the head of. Witnesses claim it prowls the woods, standing upright like a human, only to drop onto all fours when it hunts. Some say it can shift between man and beast, blending into human communities by day and returning to the forest at night, searching for prey. Sightings often involve glowing blue eyes, the sound of snapping branches in the darkness, or bone-chilling howls that pierce. Bigfoot, too, has left its mark on Michigan folklore. Reports of enormous ape-like creatures stalking the forest have circulated for decades, some of them tied to unexplained disappearances and violent encounters. To skeptics, these tales are nothing more than myths born of fear and imagination. But to those who have heard the cries in the night or seen the shadows moving just beyond, the possibility feels far too.
A Sasquatch appeared. Mike captured it, then it vanished, leaving us stunned.
Fucking do, dude!
Suddenly, a Sasquatch appeared, standing tall and seemingly unaware of their presence. In a flash, Mike snapped a photo, the sound echoing through the trees. The Sasquatch flinched and then quickly disappeared into the depths of the forest. The woman waits, zooming in on the woods, hoping to catch a glimpse of something.
Look at that! Oh my gosh! Where'd it go?
What over here is our campsite and a nice view that Robin found. There's our pond. Let me zoom in a little. What?
What the hell is that over there?
What is it?
I don't know. Over there.
Where?
Oh my God! What the Robin, what are you doing? Oh my God, it's running! Dude! No way, what was that? Robin! What'd you do, dude?
Suddenly, a Sasquatch appeared, standing tall and seemingly unaware of their presence. In a flash, Mike snapped a photo, the sound echoing through the trees. The Sasquatch flinched and then quickly disappeared into the depths of the forest.
I didn't want to move because I didn't know what was in the back of my truck. And I swear there was like this huge thing standing there going through my stuff. I was sleeping, dead asleep last night above my cab. All of a sudden, I heard something rummaging through my cab. I was trying to be super quiet, super still. I didn't want to move because I didn't know what was in the back of my truck. And I swear there was like this huge thing standing there going through my stuff. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. There's no way it's a person. I'm miles from civilization. It dropped everything and scampered off into the woods behind me.
At the start of 2024, a compelling trail cam video emerged, showing a mysterious creature captured by a group of campers. The group had hiked several miles into the woods and set up camp in a clearing they thought was ideal. However, it seemed they weren't the only ones in the area. The trail camera they set up to monitor their campsite captured footage of a large, unidentified creature lurking nearby. The creature was covered in dark hair from head to toe and had a distinctively large, domed head, a feature often associated with the legendary Bigfoot.
In the video, she recounts her experience in detail. She describes encountering a massive, unknown creature that appeared human-like, but not entirely. It moved on two legs, and although it somewhat resembled a bear, she was certain it wasn't, as bears don't typically run on two legs. Determined to find out more about what she had seen, she decided to camp out again and set up cameras around her truck and in the surrounding woods to monitor the area overnight. As night fell, hours passed without any signs of activity until, in the dead of night, something was finally captured in the distance.
This clear image was captured by a trail camera in Mississippi. Like most trail cameras, this one was set up deep in the forest to monitor local wildlife. The owner of the camera wanted to check what had been recorded, so he retrieved the SD card and began reviewing the photos. Among the images, he came across one that left him stunned, a creature resembling Bigfoot.
Considering that cameras in 2011 weren't the best in quality, this is impressive footage for the time.
What is that?
Whoa!
It is Bigfoot.
Where'd it go? There was a car down the road.
He's gonna see it. What is that?
Or we imagine it because we read that book.
There it goes again. He's sneaky, dude.
What on earth?
That's not a deer.
He's dead. That can't be that's not a cow. It's walking on 2 feet.
But its jaws hanging. See its jaws flopping. Where's the other?
He went in the bathroom, I think.
As it jumps, the glutes are also visibly defined, and the fur appears to be close to its body. These characteristics led experts to dismiss the possibility of it being someone in a costume. The second video further strengthens this claim, as experts noted the creature's long, unusual strides and distinctive jumping style, which differ from human movements. Since this footage is recent, there is hope that more details, including the exact location, will emerge soon. Alternatively, the secrecy might be intentional to protect the creature and its habitat. The men who recorded the video were convinced that the creature was a Bigfoot. But online viewers have speculated that it could have been another cryptid, such as a bushcrawler or even a ghostly spirit. What makes this encounter particularly compelling is the fact that one of the men actually fired his gun at it. If it were a hoax and the creature was just someone in a costume, it's unlikely he would have risked shooting, considering the potential danger of harming a person. This suggests the men were confident they were facing something non-human.
Experts remain divided on the authenticity of the footage. Some cryptozoologists and video analysts argue that the creature's movement and overall appearance suggest it's real, while others believe it could have been staged. This raises the question, if it was a hoax, wouldn't the footage have been steadier? Whether or not this family truly captured a Sasquatch during their camping trip remains inconclusive, and the mystery endures.
This eerie and brief clip, released on July 14, 2024, has left viewers startled due to its close-up and unsettling nature, though little context is provided. Take a look. In the footage, an explorer comes across a cave deep in the woods, where he encounters three strange creatures. They don't seem to react to the man's presence as he films them. Upon closer inspection, the creatures appear highly alien-like, with dark, extremely thin bodies and disproportionately large heads. Their movements are peculiar, and they carry sticks, seemingly using them to guide their way. It's possible these beings are visually impaired, which could explain their lack of response to the man filming. This strange video remains a mystery, leaving many to wonder what exactly was happening in that remote forest.
Midway along the trail, as they trekked through the dense woods,
Here, Wendy spotted this here. It's big. Maybe it's a...
Wendy stumbled upon something startling. Among the leaves and rocks was a single distinct footprint. It was large, with only 3 toes.
It's hard. So she says it would have happened when it was soft and muddy. There's only one.
The solid ground would typically be too firm to leave such an imprint, yet the footprint was deeply embedded, and its size was far from that of a regular human foot. This unusual discovery led them to wonder, could these be the tracks of a baby Bigfoot passing through the area?
Upon closer inspection, the creature appears well-defined, not like someone in a costume. It has a large head, almost resembling a monkey, and is covered in thick, brownish hair from head to toe. This video was originally recorded in 2021, and so far, no one, not even experts, has been able to debunk it. Of course, skeptics claim it's just someone in a gorilla suit or some other costume, pointing to its smaller size and features. Still, the creature appears quite realistic. What do you think? Could it be real? Or is it just an elaborate hoax? Of course, skeptics claim it's just someone in a gorilla suit or some other costume, pointing to its smaller size and features. In the video, a man is filming himself, with the camera focused on him. However, in the background, something unusual appears. Through the trees, a hunched, hairy creature can be seen moving past. Although it tries to hide and move quickly, it is clearly visible. Upon closer inspection, the creature appears well-defined, not like someone in a costume. The prints vary in shape and size, but all are excessively long and large. For example, one measured over 20 inches long, while another was around 17 inches. Multiple prints showed similar measurements, with some even exceeding 20 inches. These discoveries have sparked debate. What could have made these enormous footprints? Could they belong to Bigfoot? Or perhaps giants from ancient times? Bigfoot is well known for leaving behind massive footprints, which is why many lean towards the Bigfoot theory as the most plausible explanation.